Everyone, welcome back to XBot CA Lab, and today we're going to be comparing chatbots. ChatGPT has a lot of paid versions, and I, fortunately or unfortunately, we're about to find out, paid for one of the upgraded versions. This upgraded version comes with a lot of GPTs and other tools that are specialized in different areas, or so they seem. Let's check out one of these tools, which I'm going to choose at random, and compare it with another chatbot. Now we're on the ChatGPT screen. If you go over here, we can see that we're on ChatGPT 4.0, which is a paid version and an upgrade from the normal ChatGPT. The difference is that this ChatGPT has a huge library of tools, and we're going to take a look at one of them. So let's go over to GPTs and click on it. Now, I'm going to try a fun one. Oh, look, there's something interesting up here. Let's check it out. Architecture AI. AI architect for designing beautiful buildings. So here we can see that it's architecture AI architect for designing beautiful buildings, and it's got a lot of experience under its belt. So let's start the chat. Now, I just hopped into this randomly, so let's kind of design a dream home. It gives us ideas right here. And now it's typing out all of the things because it needs a lot of information. I, in fact, have not tested this myself because there are a huge number of tools and I want to see how they work. So let's say modern house, and I want 3-level mansion. After all, a mansion is kind of like a dream home for almost everybody. Then let's put in the mountains. And I don't really have any special spaces. It should be luxurious, but open at the same time. We're in the mountains after all. And now I'm going to hit go. It's giving a lot of info. However, I'm a very visual human being, so I'm going to ask it to generate a picture next. It's given us the options right here, and so I'm going to ask it to do both. It's generating a picture. I wonder where this will lead to. As you can see, one of the big problems is that the loading time takes a lot. But AI is growing exponentially, and hopefully this can, as ChatGPT responds to our questions, this can also generate pictures in the future. Yep, it has taken more than a moment. But you see one thing, all of these things are things that ChatGPT itself can do. And maybe if you go on other types of chatbots, like Gemini or Copilot, they could do the exact same thing that architecture AI is doing. It doesn't look anything more special. However, after seeing the final product, we can really see what we want our thing to look like, our house. It looks like any other AI generated image. However, we did not give as many details as we wanted. I was very vague as I answered the questions, but let's see if it fulfilled the criteria. I said 3-level mansion in the mountains, luxurious and open. By open, it meant there was a lot of outdoor spaces. This seems like some sort of small pond or pool. It's brightly lit. it's in the mountains, and it is 3 stories and luxurious. So I think it was very successful. Now, is it an upgrade? I actually think that ChatGPT by itself could generate the same image. Because this doesn't look like much of a step. Now, let's go on to other chatbots to compare. All right, we're now on Gemini, and I want to see if it can generate an image, and can it do a better one than the one we saw in ChatGPT? I don't know. Let's see. Okay, generate an image of my dream home. It needs to be in the mountains. It also needs to be 3 stories, open, and luxurious. Now it's generating an image. And one thing to notice is it's kind of taking a lot of time, just like the architecture AI. And it's quicker. And now we see the difference. When it thought of a mansion, by open it meant facing the mountains, outdoor settings. You can see that both images by architecture AI and by Gemini have some sort of pool, rocks. They're both in the nighttime sky. But here's the twist. Even though that ChatGPT's architecture AI is specialized towards creating a house to fit your needs, I think this one is better. Because as you can see, this shows an exterior design, but also an interior design as well. You can see even the fireplace, the kitchen, and a lot of sitting rooms. And I do have one thing to nitpick about. See how there's a lot of sitting areas? And it's very repetitive actually. The fireplaces, the kitchen area over here. Whereas in the ChatGPT one, we didn't see anything. So still, I feel like this one is better. Now, what does this mean? I can't just gauge the entire ChatGPT paid version just by checking one architecture AI bot. However, I can say that Google Gemini is much more versatile. ChatGPT's architecture AI is specialized toward this, and yet it still could not match to how good Google Gemini is. Even so, I think I need to check a little bit more bots to make better comparisons. Nonetheless, I did have 2 generated images for my dream home, and I think they're both really good images. They both fit the criteria that I had given it. But Google Gemini's one was a tick higher. Okay. Now that we've seen the different types of tools that we can use, for example, architecture AI and Gemini, from different chatbots and compared them to make a small project, it's time to decide which one is better. I did previously say that Gemini was better, but with more details, maybe ChatGPT's architecture AI could be better. We're still going to have to experiment with the more tools and see if Gemini's versatility can keep up with ChatGPT's specifications. The choice remains up to you to decide whether your goals are better suited by which chatbot you want. So, that's all for today. Thanks for watching.